Bumps and bruises, scratches and scrapes, some of the ingredients that a good life makes. But sorrows become success. And as we aim for the top, we will pause if we must, but we will never stop. Welcome to Simsoul Sessions. Hello and welcome to Simsoul Sessions, the safe space to share your stories. So tonight, I have traveled over 1,000 miles to Orlando to sit with tonight's guest because it was that important to me for her to tell her story. And also because when I extended the invitation to her and offered to fly her home, she told me she was afraid. My guest has been dragged, disrespected, at a time when respect and admiration should have been the order of the day. She represented us recently at the Olympics, and instead of feeling glory, she feels hurt, disappointed, but she's still standing tall and going strong. Junelle Bromfield is my guest in the big chair tonight. I am so grateful to have you here. Thank you for agreeing to talk to me. First off, let me ask you just a very generic question. How are you?
I'm doing good. I feel as if after the Olympic, life has taken a turn for the good because yesterday I was in New York and I got to walk in my first fashion show, which is a big milestone, I would say, because it's New York Fashion Week. So I'm happy about that.
Fantastic. So I was struck by your response when we reached out to you. I just mentioned it in the opening. I wanted to fly you home. You said you don't want to come home right now. Further, Junelle, you said you're afraid to come home.
I mean, during the Olympics and even before, I had to turn off my inbox because I was getting death threats from people. I had Jamaicans in my inbox saying that they wish my foot gets broken when I'm running at the Olympics, and if I come home, they're going to basically kill me. So I didn't feel like it was the right time, even though I wanted to go back to see my family, to go home.
Do you think people understand the magnitude of what has been happening to you in the last couple of months? Do we get it?
Personally, no. And that's because I grew up in Jamaica. I only moved here 2 years ago. And growing up, I feel as if people say things without knowing how much hurt it might cause. It could be families, friends, they say stuff and they don't know that they're basically creating trauma in children, in adults, because when they say it, they're like, oh, we don't mean anything by it. But it's not about the person who's tossing the insult, basically, it's how the person takes it.
It's going to a person. When they tag you, it's not just a handle.
Yes.
You're a human being.
Yeah.
And you told me that it was really therapy that has kind of underpinned and undergirded you through this season. Yes. And therapy, interestingly, is something that Noah, your boyfriend, convinced you into doing.
Yes.
Because you got into track, and track took you out of a certain place in your life.
Yes.
And it's like you won't allow yourself to live even in that space where you're earning now and because you're afraid to go back.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So I grew up in a poor community. It's called Georges Valley, where when I grew up, I didn't see a profession bigger than a teacher at the point when I was in there. Mm-hmm. So growing up, I would say my mom did a pretty amazing job of not letting us know that we were poor, because we never went to bed hungry or anything. But when I was 8, I traveled, and I use this story as a reference. Like, on nights when she did not have any money, she used to make us oats. oatmeal. And it tasted so good because she used to putting in like nutmeg and everything, and it was good. But we used to have to wait like 30 minutes to get that oatmeal because she had it soaking in the fridge. And when we got it, half the cup was water and it was just oatmeal in the bottom. So I thought that's how you eat oatmeal. So I went to a meet when I was 8, and I had something different. Like they gave me oatmeal and it was thick. And I was like, this is not how you make oatmeal.
You can't make oatmeal.
Yeah. And everybody was like, this is how you eat oatmeal. And that's when I realized that I was living in a whole different world from even people who were in Kingston. Because even the people on the team, the kids were like, oh, you country. I'm like, I didn't see myself as country. It was just that what I knew. But I started to see the world differently. And when I came out, I was like, yeah, I don't want to go back because I don't want to be limited to just being a teacher. I don't want to stop going to school at 14 or 15. I want to go my furthest in life, basically. So I was like, I'm going to be an Olympian. And
so you decided at 8 that you were going to be an Olympian?
Yes, because I used to wake up in the morning like 2 o'clock watching races. So I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Look at you in the middle of your dream.
Yes, I am. Sometimes I forget.
Sometimes you have to pinch yourself. Yeah. Junelle, look at you, girl. Look at you. You know, self-praise, sometimes they say self-praise is no recommendation, but sometimes you got to look at yourself and say, boy, I did the thing.
Yeah.
Making it for you was difficult because there were a lot of people, while you were trying to make yourself stable, the process of building yourself to a point where you could stand on your own 2 feet, people saw things happening for you and thought, Junelle have it. She's nice, so she can reach me and save me, and tough.
I feel as if that's something that I have to explain to my family a lot. And even a year ago, when I started therapy, because I started therapy 2 years ago when I just came over here, Noah encouraged it. And in therapy, I learned that survival guilt is not just when somebody dies in your life. It's like survival guilt come from like when you grow up in a bad community and you move out, sometimes you ask God, why me? When you look back and you realize that you can't help everybody else, and everybody else really expect you to be like,
they're way out.
Yeah, they're just waiting for you to help. And I feel as if even now, not feel as if, I know even now, like me and my family is at odds with that because I feel as if there's just so much you can do, and when people see you at a certain level, they expect that you can do the same for them. But that's not the case because track and field is not a sport that basically pays you million. Most of the athletes have to work after track and field, so you can't help everybody. You gotta build yourself first.
Have you made peace with that?
I'm still learning.
You're working on it.
I'm working on it.
It's a process. Life is a process. All right, we'll take a break on Simso. We'll be right back. More with Junelle after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are back with Junelle, a very special edition of Simso Sessions. We are in Orlando, where we came to check up on our girl to make sure she's okay. We know what's been happening in the social space. I don't like it. I thought it was important as a Jamaican who could to come and let her know that there are some of us who are willing to openly say that we support her and what's happening with her is wrong. And so this edition is a categorical show, Junelle, of my support, of our support for you as you continue and so bravely navigate this tumult that you've been going through in the last couple of months. It started out of nowhere, kind of ish.
Yes, it did.
Noah on a podcast, Noah making reference to a conversation that you guys had. This thing blowing up and going viral. And you said when your attention was drawn to it by somebody else, because you never even know what o'clock a strike. when you went and saw it, you went and had a discussion with Noah, but no one ever even realized.
Yeah.
No one ever understood. Like, what is the big deal?
Yeah.
You had to explain to him.
Yeah, so one of my friends like screenshotted something on Twitter and was like, you need to check Twitter because Twitter is blowing up. And I'm like, why is Twitter blowing up? Because it was like 11 o'clock at night. And I checked Twitter and they're like, oh, Junelle is a Judas because she said, basically telling Noah all Jamaica's business. And I touched Noah because it was late at night. And I was like, Noah, what did you say on a podcast? And he was like, I didn't say anything bad on a podcast about anybody. So I was like, let me go watch it. And I watched it and I was like, this is going to blow over. And in the time, Noah was like, he was asking what he could do and he apologized because I was like, it's a difference in culture and some people might take it away, but it will blow over because that's what I thought personally.
Because he asked you, he said, how do I fix this, babe? And you said,
it will blow over because to me,
it's going to blow over.
He didn't say anything bad about anybody. So I was like, it's going to blow over, but it did not.
Did not. As a matter of fact, it's gotten so bad that you had to literally cut yourself off.
Yeah.
From social. You say though that you understand why Jamaicans acted out about it. You don't understand the level of baseness they've gotten to.
Yeah. So I understand, like, we're passionate about the sport. Like, we're very passionate. And I've seen the clips that have been circulating. And for people who did not go and watch the full footage, I see why they would be mad because they've watched footage of people saying, oh, Junelle talk about Shelly-Ann and talk about Elaine when Noah didn't say anything about Shelly-Ann or Elaine in the podcast because that podcast have 3.1K followers. And even though the podcast has not gotten the attention as much as how the whole statement was blown out of proportion. So I could say I understand them, why they were mad, because celebrities were talking about it and they did not go and watch the actual footage of what was said.
I saw a comment yesterday under a post that said, should Jamaica forgive Junelle? And I was like, forgive? Should Jamaica forgive Junelle? What has Junelle done?
Honestly, I would say I'm not looking for forgiveness, especially from the people who came in my DM talking about my family, talking about my mom. Those are the people asking for forgiveness. And I'm like, how are you going to forgive somebody who did not do anything wrong?
Right. And interestingly enough, the only comment that was able to draw you out in social, you said Noah said to you, babe, this is out of character for you. Because you had pretty much locked yourself away. But somebody came for your mother and you were like,
Yeah, they came for my mother and my family. So the comment was like, oh, you and your family hungry, that's why you have to basically stick to Noah. And then they talked about my mom. I would not make the statement, but everybody knows the statement that they say about your mother in Jamaica. And that was when I posted that video. I was like, I don't care about the insults in my comments because it's not doing anything for me. And they ran with that. The same people who were already at my throat.
Already at your throat. Meanwhile, you're preparing for the Olympics.
Yes.
You have a job to do. You're going to don the colors of your countrymen who, in large part, are tearing you down in social. Many of us lifting you up still, but how do you block that out and then go and run with Jamaica on your chest? And girl, you run. Me don't know why you never run.
Well, a lot of my teammates in the Olympics asked me the same question because I was walking around every day, smiling, talking to everybody. Still. And I told many people before, like, if this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would probably be in the corner somewhere every day crying. But I got introduced to therapy, and I learned my values, and I learned that what people's opinion basically doesn't matter, because I'm not going to strangers on the internet for advice. So why should their opinions matter to me?
Hey, all that. Take that is what Junelle is saying. Also, the support from your fellow athletes in the village.
Oh.
Because you say your room can hold 2 people, but at night time there were like a dozen people in there.
Yeah, like the support actually really, I wouldn't say it surprised me, because I have a good relationship with a lot of the athletes, but when I just got to the village, because the way the internet was behaving, I did not know how I would be received in the moment.
God.
And when I got there, Shelly-Ann was the first one to be like, hot girl Junelle, and she greeted me just like normal. And every night in my room would be full. You had Akira Nugent every morning coming to pray. She's coming, she's sending prayers. Sasha Lee was in there, was my roommate, and she was just amazing. Like my teammates, like talking about my teammates actually made me emotional, because like they were just there every night. We were playing games. The room was full every night.
See, we're gone 1,000 miles away, but we don't ever leave the tissue. We don't ever.
Thank you.
Yeah. So while people were stoking rumors that they must leave you and everybody must. They were doing the exact opposite.
I was not being left out of
Praise
anything.
God.
Like every day you had at least 7 people in my room.
We are grateful to them. Thank you guys for sticking up for her. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Junelle on the other side. So go. Back with you on Sim Soul. Junelle Bromfield is our guest in the big chair tonight. We're in near foreign. We don't have far foreign or near foreign. We're in Orlando, where we came to see her. We talked a little bit, Junelle, about seasons. Do you believe in seasons in your life?
Yes.
You talk to God a lot.
I do.
And you said when you went to UTech, when you started UTech, you had a dream.
Yeah.
That would take you into an interesting 7-year period. Tell me about the dream.
So when I just got to UTech, I was on a high of champs. Like I was running fast, there was high expectations, and one day I was just there sleeping in the middle of the day, because I take a lot of naps. Okay. I was just there sleeping, and like in my dream, my angel literally came to me, and the angel was like, you're going to have 7 fights, basically, 7 battles to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And in that dream, I was just fighting. I was fighting up a hill, and every battle is like I'm winning, but almost losing. And the last thing I had to do was, I was placed on a path, and there was 2 bodies of water. One was very clear, and the next one was rough.
Raging.
Like, really rough. And I'm very country, so I'm like, anything look too good, can't good. So I chose the rough body of water. And when I did that, the light came down and everything was clear. And for 7 years, I've been trying to figure out what that dream meant. I even talked to Noah about that dream like 2 weeks ago, maybe. And I didn't know what it meant. Our MVP, Kali Spencer, was there. I asked her what it meant.
As a Christian.
As a Christian. Anybody who was strong in their faith, I would go to them and be like, what does this dream mean? And it wasn't until I was about to move, I went to church right before I was supposed to come up, and I was there with a pastor, and she was like, this could have mean the body of water. She did not tell me exactly. She was like, how long have you been there? And I was like, 7 years. And it was in the 7th year that I actually made a change in my life. So I believe that dream is significant to the life that I'm living now. Mm-hmm. That 7 year was my bad season, basically, the rough season. And now things are just getting better.
Praise God. Good seasons. Dan.
Good seasons.
Rough season the last 3 years. You and God stopped talking for a little bit in 2021
Yes.
because he took your mom.
Yes.
You and I shared that. We talked about that. My mom passed in your mom passed in February.
Yes.
My mom in March. You were angry.
I was
She
very
was
angry.
she was your everything.
She was. She was a person who would show, the only person that would show up to my track meets and everything. Like, I feel as if when I was doing track, it was mostly not just for me, not just to take myself out of my situation, but to also take her out of the situation, because she had 8 kids. She was a single mom with 8 kids. And as I said, I did not know that I was poor until I started living a different life. That's how great she did. We weren't missing school. I wasn't missing school because she was also a person who wasn't afraid to ask for help. So I feel as if I got help all of my life because of her. And then it was the Olympic year. Big plans, everything. I feel as if that was one of my best training years. And then in a blink of an eye, she was gone.
Nobody at your track meets anymore.
Nobody at my track meets anymore.
2 years before that, you had lost a brother.
Yes.
Last year again, you
Yes.
lost a brother. How are you still standing? Serious question.
That one I'm still trying to figure out. That one I'm definitely still trying to figure out. But what I can say now is that I have a strong support team around me now. My boyfriend Noah, he's very, very supportive, and he's very big on mental health. And he's a person that believes that what he's doing for himself, he should do it for his team also. So his family, everybody around him should be in a good mental state. And I've been gaining a lot from that, so I feel as if that makes me really strong right now.
Are you
Very
still?
strong.
You're not crying in your sleep anymore? Should
No,
they
I'm
woke
not.
you up? Your teammate woke you up?
I'm not crying in my sleep. I don't think, am I crying in my sleep now?
No, I can't tell us. But again, seasons, right? So here you are, losing so much family. You decide, I can't stay in Jamaica. This is too much grief.
Yes.
You move to, you have a choice between Texas and Florida. You choose Florida for your own set of reasons. And you come here, Junelle, and God put you with another family.
Yeah.
Because here you go, you and Noah had known each other for a while, since 2016. Then you formed a relationship. His mom took you under her wing.
Yeah, that was an unexpected situation, I would say, because I'm not used to people just taking me in just like that. For basically, I would say no reason. She didn't ask me to do anything at all. Like, prior to meeting her, when I came to visit Noah in Florida, I've only met her once, and that was at World Championship. And when I came, she didn't ask me to pay rent. She
told you, come live with us.
Yes. Practice was 40 minutes away, and she took me to practice every morning. And when it's time to leave practice, if practice ends at 1:30, I guarantee you that by 1:20, 1:10, she's outside waiting. So
She
I
taught
never
you to
had to
drive?
wait. She taught me how to drive. That was a family effort. she taught me to drive. Abby, Josephus, and Noah was bad at it, but
No, wow.
yeah, but they taught me how to drive and everything. And months after getting my license, like 3 months after getting my license, Noah got me a car. So that's a big change.
So they are your second family.
Yeah.
So when
they
people
my
are
family.
saying, Junelle left the boy, and they don't realize you guys this is not a joke.
No, it's
This
not.
is a serious.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And before even being in a relationship with him, he was my best friend since 2017. He was there checking on me when my brother died in 2019, when he just won his first title. Like, I don't even remember if in that period of time I congratulated him, but you know, he was there to remind me that like life gets better.
Always need somebody in our corner who can remind us of that. This praying girl says she asked God for signs. She has been looking at the signs in her life, especially what has happened in the last couple of months. And she's wondering if she's in the right career, you know, guys, because of what some of us have done to her. We'll talk about that on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. We are back with Junelle, and I was telling you before the break, she's a praying woman, and she asks God for signs, she says, and she usually gets them from him. She prayed for a sign as to whether she was to continue in track. She made the Olympic team. She said, okay, God, you got me. Know that what's happened has happened. You are wondering if you want to continue with track?
Yeah, because...
Really?
Well, even before the national trials, I was telling Noah that I'm not sure I want to do track anymore. I'm not sure this is a path for me. And I'm a business-minded person, so I'm here just coming up with a bunch of ideas. I'm like, I'm heading out and I'm going to do this. I'm like, I'm not even going to the national trials. And I was praying on it, and in that time too, Noah was like, there is nothing to lose by going to the national trials. You've trained all year for this, and it's just the trials. It's best you go and say, well, I've done it, and this was my best, instead of wondering what else I could have done. And I went to the trials, and nobody expected me to make it even to the finals. And I got there, I ran a personal best, and I made my first individual spot. So I was like, okay, God, maybe this is a turning point. Maybe, like, I can really do this. And then leading up to the Olympics, so much happened on the internet. I was like, do I really want to do this? And especially do it for this country, like Jamaica, because we're not appreciated. So
what does that mean?
We do so much. Like, we train really hard and
sacrifice a
lot, because even with my family, when my mom was in the hospital, I struggled to go home because it was COVID time. I struggled between training and going to St. Elizabeth because I did not drive. I had to take a bus. It was hard to even take buses in that time. And I was going back and forth. And, you know, when you're running slow, everybody has something to say, and everybody had something to say. And they don't know what's going on in people's life. And they judge so much, and I feel like they're there for the glory, but not, they don't appreciate us in the hard time. I used a perfect example the other day, the 100-meter finals. A Jamaican man has not gotten a medal at the Olympic World Championship since Bolt. Oblique is the first man to make the finals, I believe, in 2022 onwards. And if he's not healthy and he doesn't get a medal, problem. Kishane came along, and I watched a small clip. Kishane got a silver medal at the biggest stage in any athlete's career, the Olympics. And I saw that video, and nobody was cheering. Everybody was just at shock. And they were on the internet, and Noah is my boyfriend, but all I saw was Noah shouldn't get that medal. Noah shouldn't got that medal. And I wasn't seeing no congratulations to Kishane. They were just fighting the results and showing blames instead of appreciating the first medal they've gotten since Bolt.
So you're thinking maybe you could go model. I mean, I don't want you to stop running because we love you and we think you're very talented, but I see you walking runways and making other dreams. You're trying other things. You're at the point in your life, you're season of winning, right? So you're trying.
I'm on a different journey in life right now, and even though like sometimes things are not going good, there's great on the other side always, because I will have a bad day today and then tomorrow I get the biggest news of my life. And that's just how my life is right now. And I'm very appreciative of it.
And so you tell me, even on the bad days, you're appreciative because you know on the other side of bad
There's
is good.
always good.
It's always good. We're grateful for people who have stood by you and who've supported you in your life. And so, no SSS, even if we go to near foreign, is complete without good vibes. So let's run our good vibes for Junelle.
You are an amazing person. You are beautiful on the inside and also on the out. And I just appreciate you so much. And I hope that you continue to thrive and do well. And I just wanted to say I love you to the moon and back.
When I think of the phrases, grow through what you go through and the roads that grew from concrete, I envision my dear friend, Junelle. Junelle, I've bared witness to some of your hardest moments, and I've sat back in awe watching you tackle each one with grace and strength. This grace and strength that you possess is not only on the track, but it transcends through every aspect of your life. I am proud to be your friend, and I'm very grateful for the love and sisterhood that we share. My prayer for you is that you continue to live a life of love, to continue to live a life filled with passion and purpose. I pray that you continue to make us proud. Proud to be Jamaicans, proud to be STETS alumnus, proud to be your sister, and proud to be your friend.
I just want to take this moment to tell you how incredibly proud I am of you. Over the past 8 years since we've met at UTech, I've watched you face life's toughest challenges, and you've risen above it with such grace and class. Over the past couple months, you've experienced such harsh comments online and being bullied and dealing with the loss of your mom still and other family members. I know it's not easy. It has been so hard for you, but you've always risen above it and always shown such grace and class, and you've always portrayed yourself with such a big smile, and you've always remained humble and had so much positivity and light to provide for the world. And I just want to tell you how honored I am to call you my friend, and how proud I am of you, because you're making such a big difference, more than you know. And I just want to tell you that you deserve all the great things in life. I love you, and I wish you the best in life.
Hi Junelle, I'm so happy that I've been given this opportunity to say something about you and our relationship, how much we love you, how much we value all that you did for us while you were at STETS, all that you are doing for the country. I'm sure that you are sometimes upset, sometimes you are thinking hard about all the negativity that is being said about you, but I want to remind you that you have always been a strong person. You have gone through challenging circumstances. You have always come out on top, and I'm sure that this time it will be no different. I'm sure that whatever you put your head to, you're going to succeed. I'm sure that all of this is only making you stronger. I won't say what your pet name was in school, but it epitomizes who you are and your strength and your character. You're a warrior and you always win. Love you, Junelle.
I just want to tell you congratulations on all your accomplishments and all your achievements. We have seen the sacrifice that you have made. We have seen the hard work that you have put in, and even though it wasn't easy, you have never given up. Even though you are my little sister, I look up to you so much because you have set an amazing example for us. I just want to let you know that we are so proud of you, and continue to hold your head high, continue to shine like the star that you were born to be. Just continue to let the Almighty lead you and direct you, and remember, who God bless, no man curse. We love you, sis. Bye.
Congratulations. I just want you to know that I am extremely proud of you. And remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I love you so much, sis. I love you, and I hope to see you soon.
I am very proud of you, through your hard work and everything. Congratulations, girl. You're coming from very, very far, and you always try your best. One thing though, mommy should have been here. Girl, we miss you so much. We love you.
I just want to say that we have had so much fun having you in our family the last 2 years. I've enjoyed learning how to cook and learning all about Jamaica and the beautiful culture. And I hope that you have had a great time learning about our country and learning how to drive. I pray that this next year coming up, we continue to be a blessing to each other and all great things are going to happen for you. Take care. Looking forward to the next year. Bye.
I'm just here to probably vocalize some of the ways that I feel that you've shown your resilience and shown your strength. And it's hard at times, I know, but you know, you're a game changer. You might not want to be, but that's what you are. And that's what you're moving towards. You know, everything that God has put in your life has been one step forward to moving, to inspiring the next generation. And I know it's uncomfortable, but He prepared you for this moment. And I've seen the way that you fought through. You got bounce back ability. You're always gonna make the best out of the worst. You're not gonna stop just because a bad moment happens. That's who you are. Keep being that. I'm so proud of you. And I know that you're gonna inspire the next generation of many, many after.
Yep. I'm so sorry. I didn't come here to make you cry. I'm so sorry. I join with everybody on that video, and Junelle, it was so, we made this happen in such a short space of time because I just had to come and let you know in person that those who are with you are more than those who are against you. And they may be a little louder, but let me tell you, man, we are supporting you. We know you don't deserve this, and we are wrapping you and your chocolate beauty that people are down on you about, the things they have said to you. Try, just try. It's not easy, but try to know there are more of us who love you than those who are against you. Noah, can you come? Can you come sit with her? We can catch with her. He's not mic'd, but you're speaking to her chest if you can. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. So that we can hear. Yeah. Tell me about her. You said she has bounce back ability. What a strong warrior.
Yeah, it's a phrase my mom coined.
Yeah, she told me.
And it definitely represents Junelle. We use it in our family when things go bad, that we're survivors. And you know, in our family we have a debate of why some people shoot for greatness and why others are okay where they are. And you know, Junelle definitely speaks to those persons that always shoots for greatness. You know, you never have to ask. She's not gonna stay where she is. She's not gonna stay on the ground. And you know, that's something, you know, I love about her.
How do you feel about all of this? I saw you post something supporting her. Some people said it didn't go far enough because you didn't apologize to her. And how do you feel about everything that's happened? And do you feel in part responsible, or do you know, you just realize it is what it is, and social is what it is, and people will run with stuff? And
yeah, I mean, it's no secret that I've had my share of conversations in the social space.
Yes.
And I've been a hot topic for many months and years. And unfortunately, I didn't go on there with any ill intent, and unfortunately, I can't control how people take things. But the first thing that I want to make sure is that, you know, Junelle is okay with everything, because that's whose opinions I care about. You know, this is the person I live with. This is the person that I hope to continue to live with for many years. And, you know, that's how I see it. And, you know, I hope that that's how she says it and sees it. And for the future, you know, how can, you know, I make this right as best as possible, you know, in her eyes. Again, not anybody else's, but in Junelle's eyes, because that's who's the person's opinion I care about.
I just want to say, you guys make a beautiful couple.
Thank you.
I mean, true. It's one thing to see it in social, but guys, honestly, it's real. It's real. It's good stuff. Continue to love her. and take care of her for us, because she means a lot to us, eh? So we need to know she's in good hands. All right, we'll take a break. We'll lead the program when we come back. So
Right.
Welcome back, everybody. We're leading the show with Junelle. 2 more questions, and then we head into our affirmation. Let's talk a little bit about how your concept of beauty has transformed. We talked about a member of your family who told you that you are wasting time looking at your phone because you are ugly.
Yes.
So why are you wasting time doing that? And just different statements you've, even online, the colorism, the comments you've been receiving, and the comments you hear now, oh, you're so pretty for a black girl.
Yeah.
How have you grown? How have you grown into yourself, into your sense of your beauty?
So growing up, like, I'd never heard that, oh, you're so pretty, apart from my mom. What I heard was, you look different from us. Or when I would go to church and my sisters and my brothers would come with me, you had people like kids, because kids can be brutal. They'd be like, are you sure she's your sister? Because you look nothing alike. So it was about 2016, I cut my hair. And when I cut my hair, I got a lot of teasing from it. When I ran at Champs, they're like, oh, you're like a Kenyan, you look like a Kenyan, and those stuff. But what I heard a lot too was like, I look like the actor Lupita.
Lupita Nyong'o,
Yeah.
yes.
And on the internet, they were like, you're so beautiful. I'm like, if I look like Lupita, I'm beautiful too. So I started loving myself more. And when I look in the mirror, I just saw beauty. So
Own it, girl.
Only
you
beauty.
own it. You own it so well.
yeah, with short hair, with my puff, with braids, with wig, everything I did, after that, I saw beauty. And I believed it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
A word to the folks now watching before we go. Key takeaways, you say, in your season of good things are happening in your life. And I'm very happy for you. But there are some things you want to share with the people who are watching before we go. Coming out of this season of your life, the 7 years, the last 3 years, the last 3 months.
Yeah.
3 things I captured from you. First, be mindful of the things you say. Talk us through that.
Yeah. When people are behind the keyboards, they don't realize that the message that they're typing is going to a human being. We're humans, we have emotions. It's not going to a computer, it's going to a human. And not because you type it and you forget about it means that the person who is receiving it is just going to blow over it.
Yeah.
You don't know what a person is going through in their life. You never know what season they're in, because, as I said, if this was 2021 when I lost my mom, I would be in a corner somewhere crying. But it's a different season and things is better. But just be mindful of what you say, because people remember.
And also, don't judge.
Yeah, don't judge without knowing a person, because the internet is just a small clip of people's lives.
Yeah.
You have some people showing up at work, showing up at practice, just showing up in life, and they're depressed, but you will never know. So just be kind.
Yeah. And the final thing is to remember that we're all human beings.
Yeah. Just remember that we're human
Be
beings.
kind.
Yes.
Be kind. And so your outlook on life now is good? You're at a good place?
Yeah, I'm at a good place. I'm still going to therapy, but I'm in a way better place. I'm just
Therapy is great. You say therapy changed your life. It taught you how to be introspective, how to have a positive outlook, how to love people, how to apologize, how to forgive.
Especially how to apologize. Like, I've learned that even in situations where you feel as if you're right, it's always good to take a time out to be like, how do you feel about this?
Right.
Because you can never be completely right, especially when you exchange words
Yeah.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, you need to like take the time out to be like, how can I fix this? How can I change? What can I do to make this a better situation or to make this a better environment for us to both grow in?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go, not just yet, just look to this camera, to all the Jamaicans, folks across the world, diasporans, because this program is watched by folks all over the world. What do you want to say to those people who've been in your corner? The ones who've been afraid and send you messages in your DM and via WhatsApp because they don't want anybody to come for them. What do you want to say to them tonight?
During the Olympics, it was too much negative to see it, but after being brave enough to go through my inbox, I've seen so much people with a lot of beautiful stories and a lot of bad stories too. I'm just happy to have exchanged words with every one of you guys. You say I motivate you guys, you also motivate me, because it takes a brave person to share a story, especially with a stranger. Thank you guys.
And she shared her story with me, which makes you as brave as all the other person.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, I am often reminded of how blessed I am to sit in this chair, and today is one of those days because Junelle has been asked to tell her story. You know, people have asked her, and she said no. And you came and sat with me.
Yeah.
You come sit down with me, girl?
Yes, because I said earlier to Lori, when I watch your interview, you don't just talk to a celebrity, you talk to the person. You get to know them. Just like how your show's name Sim Soul, you speak to the soul. And that's beautiful.
I didn't bring it for myself, I promise, but let me tell you. Thank you so much. All right, now it is time for affirmation. No matter how far we run, we can't run away from ourselves, the persons we've built ourselves to be based on our values. So look at the structure that you have built. What is the foundation made of? Are you happy living in it? Is it filled with love and gratitude and compassion? And would you be happy inviting someone in? The truth is that so many of us are unhappy with ourselves that we want to ensure that other people are unhappy. But once your anchor is built and holds on the solid rock, no matter the wind, the rain, the sleet, the snow, you're going to be okay because God will fight for you. You just only need to be still. Tonight we are affirming, whatever the category, I can survive life's hurricanes. That is our show for tonight and our soul food for this evening. Thank you everybody for watching. We're back next week with another story of the power of the human spirit. Until then, every blessing, and please remember,